graduated for Tanglewood Conservatories, and I'm also in my third year of college as an accounting student. So I don't know too much about sales. I'm still learning. So the natural laws are the laws which govern how we live our lives. It's the DNA for life. They are the magic behind the successes in every area of our lives, and they allow us to service our customers at a much higher level, and in return, generate more clients for life and convert prospects faster. Does anyone know how we can use the natural laws to convert prospects faster? Does anyone have any ideas before I start?
Well, there are things such as cluster principle, which I think states that if you have one customer, they probably know 6 to 9 other people making similar buying decisions. And so if you can connect with them and get referrals and the people that they know, that would be a powerful way using a natural law to convert prospects faster.
Okay. Anyone else?
Can you ask the question again? I was writing.
I said, does anyone know how we can use the natural laws to convert prospects faster before I start? Anyone have any guesses? Thoughts?
Knowing the natural laws allows you to move people naturally through your process, the 530 grid, because it's a natural flow.
Natural laws, I'm not coming up to mind on what they are, but I assume that they're universal laws. Like everyone they may not speak them, but they understand them, so it's easy for them to follow and align with because they're laws, natural, and everyone harmonizes with it. Does that make sense?
Okay, so there's kind of things that we just naturally do by nature. We may not know that we do them, but we do them.
That's it.
That's good. Anyone else? All right, well, my answer is being an awesome student of all of them, knowing what they are, and being a good student of them. So let's see how good of a student you are today. Take a minute right now and write down on a scale of 1 to 10 how well you think you know your clients, how well you really know them. So generate a number, scale of 1 to 10 being the best, 1 being the worst. Have it in your head, write it down. Okay, so everyone got it? All right, so here's your first lesson. Imagine your business is a baby. You feed it, you provide it with the necessities it needs to survive, and you show it off a little. Sure, you have the technical skills to help it grow, but what about the warm embraces, the giggles, and the smiles that happen both within and outside the company? Can you achieve success with just the mechanics? What do you think?
No.
No. Oftentimes, your successes will only go so far. The personal and emotional skills are where you are going to convert more prospects faster for life because it is at a heart level. So, lesson 2. Now, a few years later, imagine your business has grown into a young child. More questions are asked, you are more humble, and some confidence has been built in your business. Just like kids at risk, your business is almost childlike as it develops, and people will naturally be drawn to your business's heart, but only if you play the game right. It's amazing how the kids I used to work with could easily manipulate and play games and move me in ways that they wanted. Every time, they would ask me a question, they would be silly, have a comment. I wanted to give them whatever they wanted, and I would stand up for them in a heartbeat. So how can you begin to play the game and steal the hearts of your clients like those kids stole mine? Well, if you're being a good student now, you would already have some ideas to show your business, to show how your business can steal the hearts of your clients. So, my advice, first, know what you want. How children even began to develop these skills started because they were on a mission. They wanted the toy in the store or the ice cream after dinner. And they had to strategize who to ask, when to ask, and how to act to make sure they got what they wanted. I'm sure my mom would have plenty of stories to tell you about how I used to get what I wanted from everyone else but her. She knew everything that I did and wanted, and it never worked. Next, I would say, as Cheryl mentioned earlier, ask key questions. Usually it takes about 3 to 5 whys to get to the core heart level as to why someone says or does something. When we ask, we can learn more about the person than they realize about themselves. Coincidentally, this happened to me the other day, and I'm actually in the process of writing a white paper about it. So I was on a call with Mark the other day. He was trying to explain one of the principles to me, and instead of trying to really technically explain it, he just decided to do it and show me how it really was. So here's how it goes. Mark started. He said, "Nicole, what is your favorite flower?" I answered, "I like lilies." "Why do you like lilies?" "I just think they're a pretty flower, and I like that they're big and they look in my house." He says, "Is there anything else you like about them?" "I like the color." "What about the color do you like?" "I like the orange ones." "Well, why?" "It reminds me of a sunset." "Oh, that's nice. Why is that so connected to you?" I said, "Because I like the beach." "Well, why do you like the beach?" "It's calming and relaxing and always warm." And then he ended, "Do you get a better idea of what I am doing now?" So in that moment, he got all this information about me and got to the core of, Nicole's stressed out, but at the beach, everything goes away. So that's like my safe haven. And he found all of that in, I think that was 4 or 5 whys. So it's amazing how quickly Mark captured all of that information just by asking me my favorite flower. So if I can see that, your clients can as well, and they'll actually be more humbled by it. And 3, just shut up and listen. Listen at a deep level and recognize little things they love and their significance, then write them down. When clients are happy, they will say almost anything you want them to, allowing you to pick up on little successes such as, "Your team has been so helpful throughout this process, we really appreciate it." Or you could ask a question simply as, "How did your family like the conservatory?" referencing a past conversation you had had with them, that they let you know that they were having a party later when it's over. Think for a minute. Do you find yourself pressed for time and feel as though you need to rush off the phone so you can finish everything else you want to accomplish? When you're on a phone with a client, do you talk with them, you got the answer you wanted, but do you take the time to sit and talk with them more about, an extra 5 minutes, ask a side question, "Well, how are you?" or something like that. Do you really take the time to think, or do you want to get off the phone because you have your answer now? I'll leave you to think about that. Taking the time to stay on the phone an extra 5 to 10 minutes later on a sales call, or just sending an email out about prior conversations can have a large impact on your sales and will help you and your clients see how you can better help them and make them want to help your business in the process. They will love you. Lesson 3. So fast forward. Now your company is entering adulthood. It's starting to examine what it has learned so far today, finding solutions about how it can be used, and then it's implementing them. This, as a result, causes your business to stand out above the crowd. Now, people are starting to see you more, and like children, adults tend to follow other adults. So your following and number of successes will grow. Now that you're starting to see your successes and your following is growing, what do you do with them?
Track them.
You track them,
Ask for referrals.
ask for referrals.
Gather magic seeds.
I was recently reminded that great salespeople are storytellers. When you tell stories that you have collected from listening that I mentioned in Lesson 2, these stories can relate to the client's own objections or needs. By telling someone else's story, clients are more likely to listen to the story of other clients rather than a sneaky salesperson trying to sell them something. So to formulate the best stories, I want to leave you with one equation. Technical and emotional skills plus playing the game plus sharing stories equals happy customers and bigger businesses. So let's see if you were a good student during this presentation. Can you identify all of the natural laws that I used in this presentation to convert leads faster? Anybody want to knock off a few? Okay.
So, the natural law as a baby, just be with the baby?
I'm sorry?
You're asking like, what are all the natural laws in your presentation, correct?
If you could identify any of them,
Well,
if you call on it.
as a child, it was vision, ask key questions, listen. And as an adult, tell stories and testimonials and blog and have a third party endorsing it. As a baby, I didn't really get that. It was more just being with the child, or?
Well, in that sense, a lot of kids are really great students. They learn, they easily grasp things, they're constantly learning new things, but they hold on to it. They're listening on your every word, and they hold it. So in using Kids at Risk as an example, they, if you learn how they learn and how good of a student they are, and take those in, you can learn to be a good student with your own clients and in your own company. Well, I will just show you. So I used 5. I used the warm belly rub principle. That is the giggles, the smiles, making sure it's not just the technical skills. The potato chip principle is learning to capture their heart. The 3 steps to anything, the examination, the solution, and the implementation. The crab in the bucket, that is when you're gathering your following. Once you have 1, it just takes 1 or 2. And then finally, the magic seed, as Alan mentioned, it's capturing your successes and then eating them back out. So I want to leave you to look back at your scores that I asked you to put together at the beginning. Would you rate yourself at the same number, or would you change it? Like every great teacher I've had, I hope your scores changed, and I helped teach you something today that can better grow your business tomorrow. Does anybody have any questions for me? Okay.
Go ahead.
You mentioned playing a game. What game should we play? I don't know what you mean by that.
So, as I mentioned earlier, you know how when you play a game, there's obviously an objective. Your goal is to do this. So in the game of business, you have a goal, you have a vision, your life vision, you know what you want to do. Throughout the game, as I mentioned with kids, they think, okay, they've got their life vision in mind, they've got their goal. Then you have to play the game and say, okay, how do I do it? Who do I ask? What do I ask? When do I ask? So it's learning how to pick up on those key things and then learn how to play with it. And then when you throw it out there, you win the game.
Why is it called the potato chip principle?
Well, Mark, when he was a little boy, gave his mother her favorite bag of potato chips. And that was how he discovered how to capture a woman's heart. So
They gave you no chips?
with a bag of chips. Yep. So he will have to explain that story to you.
A bag of chips.
Do you have a question?
You did an awesome job in sharing this. Really did. Thank you. Earlier, Alan and I were sitting over here when we were doing in the breakout session, and Mark said that you and Tim had connected on something very vital, and you all were going to beat Alan and I. And I said, okay, what are we competing on? And as I saw you share, I saw there's something that you have that us older people don't have. And but now I need to bring Mark in on this. Mark, what is it about them that they're doing that us older people need to compete with them and beat them on?
You know, that's a great question.
And that's the 4th time I've asked it.
It is.
Well, I'm the other partner here, and I don't care what my partner says. If I have to smoke these 2 myself, I'm going to do it. We're going to beat the bottoms off of you guys.
Okay, we'll do it together.
All right.
Excellent. They have a chance before they didn't. But with Alan, he's become like a child. He doesn't need a goal. He doesn't need an objective. He doesn't need a path. He's just going to have fun. So with that kind of an attitude, they have a chance to win now. Does that help?
A chance to win. At what?
You'll need to talk to your partner because I think he understands. I think.
We'll meet and then get back with you.
And then you let us know.
Okay.
All right, and then I guess after me, I will invite Patrick up. He'll be doing